Welcome back to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and this video will be a comprehensive guide between Roomba and Roborock, two of the more popular brands in the robot vacuum industry. Take note that these brands offer products aside from robot vacuums, so I'll focus mainly on these to be an apples-to-apples comparison. I've spent the past few years gathering data on these robot vacuums, everything from cleaning performance, navigation, and much more. So I have a good feel on how these products work, their pros and cons. Don't forget to check my other videos for individual product reviews and 1v1 comparisons if you want something more detailed. This video will be more of an overview of these brands, their similarities, differences, and a bird's eye view of their offerings. How one brand differs from another to help consumers make an informed choice about which brand will suit their needs. Also, this video will only cover the latest offerings but not the discontinued models. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get into it. A lot has changed over the past decade. Back then, before the influx of Chinese-made robots, only a handful of brands dominated this industry, namely iRobot and Nito. Technology back then was more basic. Roomba didn't have a single product with smart navigation, and Nito products weren't much different as they were now, a huge reason why they lagged. Roborock entered the market in the mid-2010s under the Xiaomi wing and was the first to introduce features like the live map that other brands have since adopted. Fast forward to the 2020s, Roborock has overtaken Nito with its product innovations like sonic mobbing technology, pad lift, obstacle avoidance, and its ever-improving navigational algorithm, one of the more efficient around tight quarters. I believe Roborock's rapid rise has forced Roomba to fast-track its R&D and release smart robot vacuums, starting with the Roomba 980. Right now, most of Roomba's robot vacuum options are V-Slam equipped with a top or front-facing camera. The J7 variant comes with an obstacle avoidance feature, which is a first for iRobot. And their latest product, the Combo J7 Plus, comes with a mopping attachment, so it's their first with hybrid functionality, something Roborock has had for years before iRobot jumped into the bandwagon. This brings me to the overview of these products. Looking at iRobot's product range, you can see a clear distinction between its entry-level and premium options. The 692/694 is currently iRobot's cheapest option, offering the most basic navigational feature, only pinballing around randomly. This model has replaced the older 675, but the difference is mostly cosmetic. Everything else remains the same, from the brushes to its navigation. Next in the totem pole is the i-Series, the most crowded in iRobot's product offerings. You'll have a mix of products here, starting with the i3, which isn't quite a smart robot vacuum, but navigates like one. While it doesn't have V-Slam, or a top-mounted camera paired with a V-Slam algorithm, it uses gyroscopes and an optical sensor, helping it track its location somewhat. The optical sensor underneath enables it to create maps, but the absence of V-Slam means it cannot save them. However, it retains the other benefits of a smart robot vacuum like recharge and resume. One benefit of not using V-Slam is the cheaper cost of production, enabling iRobot to bring the price down for the i3. Subsequently, other sub-variants have appeared, like the i2 and i4. Again, like the 600 series, the differences are merely cosmetic and perhaps attachments. But aside from that, all utilize the same motor, dustbin, and brush roll. The next step up is the i7, which is iRobot's first with an auto-empty base station. In fact, iRobot was a pioneer of self-emptying robot vacuums. One variant in the i7 is the V-Slam system that combines a top-mounted camera and slam, enabling it to move in neat rows and save maps. The map-saving feature unlocks other goodies like keep-out zones, selective room cleaning, and clean zones. These features will be handy, especially inside large homes where random navigating robots struggle. Again, like the i3, other sub-variants have appeared, namely the i6 and i8, but the differences are cosmetic and the accessories that come out of the box. The next variant is the S9, which was iRobot's previous flagship and the only one with a D-shaped frame. This variant also has the highest airflow at 25 CFM, while all the other Roomba options are in the 7 and 8 CFM range. It's the only option with a high-powered motor outside the Roomba 980, which has been discontinued. Lastly is the flagship, the J7, iRobot's first with obstacle avoidance and mopping features in the latest Combo J7, which was absent in the previous Roomba options. Strangely, the S9 Plus is more expensive than the newer J7 Plus, even if the latter is the flagship. One reason I think it's more expensive is the high production cost from the larger motor, battery, and extractors. Outside the 600 series, iRobot offers submodels with and without the auto-empty base station. Options with it have a plus after the model number, while options without it don't have a plus next to the model number. So it's one nuance you should know when shopping for any iRobot product. Roborock options offer a similar range of products, but with a little more nuance. Their entry-level options, the E4 and E5, offer better navigation since it uses gyroscopes and an optical sensor, the same combo used in the i3, but at a lower price point. So it navigates the same way as the i3, but with worse results at deep cleaning carpet. After the E series, we have the S7 Max series, namely the S4 Max, S5 Max, and S6 Max V. These robots were previously among the flagship options of Roborock. All three models use LiDAR or laser distance sensor, so these options will have a similar navigational pattern. The difference is what features are included or omitted. The S5 Max was the first Roborock with a hybrid functionality of a robot vacuum and mop with an electronic water tank. In comparison, the S6 Max V has the added functionality of a front-facing camera, enabling it to avoid obstacles. The S4 Max is the most basic of the trio, but packs the most punch, having the highest airflow. It offers the same efficiency as the S5 Max, but minus the mopping feature and obstacle avoidance found in the S6 Max V. Next up in the totem pole is the Q series, which is a recent add by Roborock that includes the Q5 and Q7. These options fill the huge gap previously absent in the Roborock product line, and mid-price option with a self-emptying base station, though the Q7 Max Plus's price borders on a premium level. The Q5 and Q7 are more basic options, minus the premium features found in the S7 and S7 Max V series. Both use the same tower-type auto-empty base station, housing one 2.5-liter bag. The Q5 is the least expensive of these options, since it doesn't have a mopping feature. Next up is the Q7, which has two sub-options, the Q7 and Q7 Max. The non-Max variant is the cheaper option that only comes with a gravity tank. One plus with the non-Max option is a larger dustbin, nearly doubling the size of the Max model. However, the Q7 Max has a hybrid electronic water tank and dustbin combo, with better water flow control via the app. Lastly are the premium options, starting with the S7 Plus, Roborock's first robot vacuum with a self-emptying base station. You'll notice it has a twin-barrel design, one barrel housing the bag and another for the filter. It's an interesting design since most bag self-emptying robot vacuums don't need a filter, since the bag itself acts as one. But Roborock has two versions of the S7 Plus, a bagged and bagless option available only in select markets. The S7 Max V Plus retains the same twin-barrel base station, so I'm guessing a bagless option will be available outside the US market. This variant is similar to the S7 with a Viberize feature, combining the vibrating pad and lift feature, where the pad raises when it detects carpet, but with the upgraded Reactive AI 2.0, an improved obstacle avoidance feature over the S6 Max V, thus the Max V designation. The S7 Max V Ultra is Roborock's current flagship and has all the technology wrapped on it. It uses the same robot as the S7 Max V Plus, an upgraded S7 Plus with obstacle avoiding sensors, plus the brand new base station with self-emptying and pad washing features. The do-it-all system makes the S7 Max V Ultra virtually autonomous with both mopping and vacuuming tasks. Like Roomba, Roborock also offers these robots without the base station, if you want to save some money. Look for the options without the plus after the model number. These indicate that it's a robot-only option without the base station. I briefly discussed navigation in the previous sections, but I'll go in-depth here. Overall, I like Roborock's LiDAR system better. It's more efficient and precise and works even in dark conditions. Unlike Roomba's V-Slam system, which uses a camera, so it needs some light source to function. It starts the run cleaning the edges before moving towards the middle portion. But here's the clincher. It navigates around tight spots better, with better decisiveness and efficiency, helping it finish cleaning cycles faster. The efficiency tests confirms this, as Roborock's smart robot vacuums complete the 2-pass run faster in this small room than any Roomba option. Even the cheaper E-series are more efficient than Roomba's entry-level options since it uses gyroscopes, allowing it to move in straight lines, while the Roomba 600 series pinballs around randomly. Both options have a mapping run feature that focuses on map creation since the vacuum motor is shut off. But I like Roborock's version better because it's more efficient, taking advantage of LiDAR's 360 scanning ability, so it finishes the run much faster versus a traditional run. This is where V-Slam is at a huge disadvantage. Since it relies on a camera, there's no way for it to scan its surroundings in a 360-degree pattern like LiDAR, so it needs to go through every nook and cranny for map creation. And unfortunately, there's no way around it. One advantage for V-Slam robots like Roomba is the lower profile, since there's no protrusion on top, so it fits under lower clearance furniture like this sofa. Another crucial aspect of navigation is runtime, or how long a robot can run until it reaches 20% and needs to recharge. Roborock products win this category by a landslide. All their products across the board use the same 5200 mAh lithium-ion battery, so all its models will run at least 180 minutes in the lowest setting. Combining that with the efficient algorithm, Roborock is the better option inside larger homes. It will create maps quicker and finish runs sooner with better proficiency in tight spots. iRobot uses a similar battery in most of their products, a 1800 mAh lithium-ion battery. Only the Roomba i4, S9 Plus, and J7 use a larger battery than the other options, but their runtimes are low compared to Roborock. I don't recommend the 600 series for cleaning more than one room because of their random navigational algorithm that struggles in large spaces. Roomba's smart robot vacuum options will fare better, but it may struggle inside large spaces even with the mapping run because it still needs to go through every nook and cranny to create the map. Looking at the overall scores, Roomba has the higher average, but this number is inflated by the high deep cleaning scores, which is iRobot's biggest strength. Based on tests, Roborock did better in nearly all surface debris tests except for deep cleaning, in which Roomba products excel. One reason is that Roborock products have higher airflow and above average agitation, at least on surface debris. While the Roomba S9 Plus has the highest airflow overall, the next best options are mostly Roborock products. It's no surprise that the S9 Plus was the best performing robot with the highest overall scores, but the next best options are mostly Roborock options. Nonetheless, iRobot products deep clean better because of the dirt detect feature and the counter-rotating brushes, both patented technologies not available in other brands. Dirt detect enables Roomba products to do extra back and forth passes on dirtier areas, thanks to this acoustic sensor. I'd recommend a Roomba if you need something to clean carpeted floors, but Roborock is the better option for everything else, which brings me to my next point, Roborock's mopping feature. Nearly all Roborock models have a mopping functionality except for select variants like the Q5 and S4 Max. Roborock's premium options, namely the S7 and S7 Max V series, offer the best performance because of the vibrating element, making them more efficient at stain removal. The S7 Max V Ultra with its new base station offers the best automation since it has both the self-emptying and pad washing features. Only the Roomba Combo J7 variant has the mopping feature, and I have not yet tested it, so I cannot comment on how good it is at mopping stains. The retractable design looks interesting and prevents the wet pad from touching the floors during vacuum-only tasks, but it still lacks the pad washing feature, so it's not completely autonomous. Select iRobot and Roborock products offer an obstacle avoidance feature, namely the Roborock S6 Max V, S7 Max V, and the Roomba J7 series. Out of the three models, the J7 is the best hands down. I've tested all three extensively, and the J7 was the best, avoiding pet feces and stretch out wires without even getting close. The next best option is the S7 Max V, but it's not foolproof, especially with stretched out wires, where it struggles to avoid them. Plus, it doesn't have the same guarantee as iRobot. The S6 Max V is the worst performing options since it cannot avoid pet feces and wires. In the previous sections, I talked primarily about navigation and cleaning performance, two of the more critical factors in robot vacuum selection, but other aspects may sway your decision, starting with the app. The Roborock app offers more features than the iRobot app, and more so with the recent enhancements. Several notable features absent in the iRobot app include the live map and invisible wall. The live map shows the robot's location during the cleaning cycle, including the areas it has cleaned through the grid lines, while the invisible wall allows consumers to block diagonal off-limit areas through the app without a physical barrier. iRobot also has some handy features like clean zones, which is an inverse of keep-out zones, enabling consumers to set designated clean areas and save them, so there's no need to draw them again. It works like a spot cleaning feature in Roborock, but the difference is you can save these areas. There are model-specific features that may come in handy. For the Roomba J7, it's the obstacle areas feature, where the app automatically draws keep-out zones for detected obstacles, depending on your preference. For the S7 Max V and S6 Max V series, it's a remote viewing feature where consumers can use the robot as a CCTV camera to monitor their homes remotely from the robot's point of view. There are security concerns about the map and CCTV features, but Roborock says their products have encryption, so it offers some level of security. Another aspect to consider is parts availability. iRobot is the best in this aspect because of its popularity. You can purchase just about any component, from filters to stuff like the side brush motor, in online stores like Amazon. Roborock doesn't have this same availability and aftermarket options, but components like the filters, brushes, and bags won't be an issue since these are readily available in online stores like Amazon and on their website. One underrated aspect nobody talks about comparing these brands is the battery memory retention, where Roborock has an advantage. You could unplug a Roborock product because, let's say, you'll be out of town for half the year, and it will retain some charge when you plug it back in. For iRobot, that is not the case. Once you unplug it, the battery discharges almost immediately, and within a day or so, it will drop to 0% or close to it. I'm not sure if this can be a deciding factor for you, but I'm just mentioning it as an FYI. Lastly for this section is the clean base station design, particularly the port going to the bag. Roborock's design is larger and connects to the robot's brush roll, while the Roomba port is smaller, connecting to a dedicated port underneath the dustbin. I did some tests and found that Roborock's design was more efficient at picking up debris not only inside the dustbin but also on the filter. iRobot's design was decent, but the smaller port means it won't get everything out as efficiently. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but something interesting to look at. Overall, I think Roborock offers better value for money for the features you're getting, especially with the lower range products. It offers better navigation, a better app experience with more frequent updates, better surface cleaning performance, and better versatility with the mopping feature in most of its product offerings. iRobot products are better overall at cleaning embedded dirt, as evidenced by the deep cleaning experiments where it picked up a higher average, thanks to Dirt Tech and the counter-rotating extractors. Aside from that, Roborock with its higher airflow will pick up surface debris at a higher clip than low airflow Roomba models outside the S9 and 980. And the mopping feature adds to its versatility. So which brand is the better option? That would depend on what you need. Roborock will be the better option for folks living in large homes because of its range and efficiency, while Roomba products are better suited inside homes with lots of carpet, but the lack of range will hamper it inside large homes because it's not as efficient. If this video has been helpful to you, consider giving it a thumbs up. It goes a long way in growing this channel and reaching more consumers. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I publish new videos like this, and I have a bunch lined up. Links are in the description below for more information about these products, including individual reviews and comparisons, so don't forget to check those out. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.